So the record company wants more like a unity on the album, or?
Oh no, that was just an early criticism of the band. I think originally when I joined the band in 2002, it was sort of kind of punk pop was sort of the thing, you know what I mean? It's like Green Day was in its heyday, and there was sort of that sort of the song Cigarette off the first album. It's sort of a punk pop tune, you know, fuck you and fuck your cigarette. And they sort of thought the band should sound like that, just that sort of style. But really the band doesn't have that one thing. I mean, it's a rock band, and with pop sensibilities, I guess. And I guess so. And Rage Against the Machine tendencies. I don't know what it is. It's like Rage Against the Machine, U2, Radiohead, all put in a blender and, you know, turned on.
I thought a melting cup, or what's it called?
A melting pot.
Melting pot.
And there's, you know, there's some reggae in there, and there's some definite jazz in there.
It must be a melting pot.
Yeah. You know, it's not unique to us by any means of this imagination. There are a lot of bands that have that.
Well, is it crucial for the record company to decide which songs there are on the CDs?
No, it's not necessarily crucial. I mean, it works in many different ways. Some record companies and some A&R and management are very overbearing and specific of what they want, and they dictate that down to a T. And some are very hands-off. Are very like, we love what you guys do, so do what you do. You know.
You don't like dictating companies, I suppose.
Well, we haven't really had that experience and thrived in it. Let's put it that way. We've run into it a few times, and we're very understanding and accommodating to a point. You know, we'll give something a try if we feel like it's the best scenario at the moment to try and get success. But ultimately, you have to stick with your guns, and your true self has to be in there somewhere, or else it's not really what will be Fiction Plane. I mean, Fiction Plane is a certain thing to all of us, and if it ever changed too much, I think that we'd all reassess the whole thing.
Well, you are a musician. It's ultimate freedom almost.
It is.
So
it really
then
is.
Comes the record
it's
company,
a luxury. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know this industry, the compromise is all over this industry, and we've compromised and tried certain things that didn't work, and you know, it's kill or be killed, and it's a survival really, just to try and stay relevant.
Yeah, well, and it's a game, I think, almost. And the songs that don't appear on the albums. So, do you ever play them, or where are they?
Well,
so when you like them, still you can play them wherever you want, or is that not?
Once in a while, we do play them.
Okay.
It's rare that we play them in a live setting. Once, you know, we used to play some songs that were never on, and I'm like 4 a.m. It was a song that we all really loved, but that was when we were a 4-piece with a piano, and that song was a really, really strong melodic song that really stuck in your head. It felt good. It had a really nice structure to it, and it was great to play it live. And we tried to record it in the studio, and it just never had that magic in the studio. We could just never. And you know, I don't know if that is purely. It's all so personal to us. I know how it feels to sit down behind the drums and play that song, but I don't know what it feels to listen to it out front and experience it. So maybe it's purely because I wasn't playing it that it didn't have that feeling of this sounds right, you know, this feels right. So we just never got it down on we have a recording of it, we never released it, and a lot of this band is also the transition from being a quartet to a trio. We feel like we've changed as a band. We're a different band, so we don't play a lot of those songs.
Okay.
You know?
But
even though I think they're really strong songs, like Everything Will Never Be Okay is a great song. That's from the very first album.
Yes.
And Hate, we played that every now and then as a trio. That was a great song. There are a lot of great songs. Wise is a great song. But it just feels like a different band. So it's a little bit disingenuous, you know.
And the If Only song.
If Only, yeah. We played that maybe once or twice live. But that was a kind of a strange song. I mean, it was specific for that movie. It was kind of, requested specifically for that movie to write a song, and so it was sort of feels like it's specific to that movie and not necessarily to Fiction Plan. Although I'm really proud of that song. I mean, I only played the drums. I didn't write the song on that, but I think it's a great song, really moving, and Joe really nailed the lyrics, and it's great.
Wasn't that a hidden song, or?
No, it's on a soundtrack of a movie called Holes, a Disney movie.
Okay, what was the hidden song? Weet je wat, Willem?
Hidden song
On the first album, yes.
Oh yeah, that's Bongo, I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
And we used to play that as a three-piece because it's a really fun song. It's kind of it sounds like just a kind of a fun afterthought song that they put on that album just for fun. So that's kind of what we did with it. Yeah, every now and then we play that. It's fun.
And is there a moment you're especially looking forward to tonight, except for all the fans and the roof coming off?
I don't know. You know, there's so many
musical
potentially great moments.
Yeah, okay.
But it's all fun.
Okay.
It's all fun.
Okay.
I try and soak it all up. The whole experience of being back in Holland is amazing, and honestly, to have fans come out that love your music is. I don't take that for granted. You know, it is a special thing, and many bands would love to have that. So I'm absolutely thankful for that. So I'm gonna enjoy the whole thing, hopefully.
Okay.
If my hands hold up.
Yeah, they're strong.
Yeah, I had to put some band-aids on them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you need them. So in a piece of quiet, a little peace and quiet after this performance.
A little bit, although we're going to come back to France in July.
Yes.
And we're going to try
the rest of the year.
I don't know. You know, we're going to do some writing in New York and LA, and we'll see. We're going to try and release Sparks in the States because it's never been released in the States. Try and release it in the States, and hope try and get a foothold here again. Maybe I don't know. You know, you never know in this industry. We could get a song on a commercial or a TV show or a movie, and all of a sudden, you're kind of relevant again. So we're going to keep pushing. And
are there any big roadblocks before the States the album putting out?
Well, the only roadblock is that there are 1,000 new bands every year trying to do what you're doing, and
okay. Well, if that's all
20 years younger.
20 years younger. That's a boy band.
Well, yeah.
A small boy band.
Exactly. A very small boy band. Justin Bieber. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Yeah, and little Michael Jackson. Yeah, Justin Bieber.
There you go.
Well, that's no competition.
Not necessarily our competition, but it is what it is.
Yes.
Just kind of keep doing what you're doing and keep believing in yourself, and hope that it sticks. Hopefully.
Well, if it should depend on the magic, it will all come together.
Yeah, like playing the lottery. Hopefully we'll win.
It doesn't sound too optimistic. Yeah, that's better. And you have a son, so
I do.
One lottery.
That's true. That's the life lottery. I have a wonderful wife and a beautiful boy. So.
But there's a different life next to it, of course.
Yeah. It is funny being at home and changing diapers, and my son, I have a drum set at home. He loves to play it. And I sit down and try and show him something. He immediately grabs the sticks and is like, "Sit down, I want to play."
Yeah, okay.
So I'm already second fiddle at home. I don't even get to play anything.
Well, you were a second fiddle the moment he was born.
Isn't that true?
Well, in my case, it was.
True. It's so true.